In this video, we will understand Q learning algorithm of reinforcement learning, how it works using a maze environment example, Bellman equation for Q learning algorithm. So to understand Q learning algorithm, let's take an example of the maze environment that the agent needs to explore. So consider this image over here. Now I will brief you about this particular image, that in this image we have this particular A as agent. The F actually denotes the food. G denotes gold. L denotes lost. H denotes the hurdle. And F again, it denotes food only. So now the agent needs to reach the gold tile with the shortest path in order to accomplish the game, and the agent can only move one tile at a time. So the rewards and penalties for the agent of each action are that agent will lose 1 point, that is -1 it will get for each step. This is done. So agent has to take the shortest path to reach the goal tile which is there. The agent will lose -50 point if it strikes onto this particular hurdle. So it will reach -50 and the game will end over there. The agent can gain 1 point if he lands on a food tile. That means if he lands on these both food tiles which are there, then he can get a +1 point. And the agent gets +50 if reaches gold tile and the game will end. That means reaching the gold tile again, it will get +50 points which is there. Now we know the problem. To get the good solution for this particular problem, we had to train our agent in such a way that it can reach the gold tile in the shortest path. For this, we need to create a Q table. Now a question might arise that what is this Q table? So Q table is nothing but this is actually a lookup table. And this lookup table where we calculate the maximum expected feature rewards for each action of the state. That means there are 4 choices to agent to move, that it can move upwards, it can move this side, downwards, or it can move the left side. These are the actions which are there, and according to that only it will move. So the Q table is nothing but actually an iterative process which used to maximize the expected feature reward for the agent of each state and action. We try to improve the Q table for each iteration. But how do we decide the values of Q table for the agent action? So for deciding the value, we have Q equation, that is also known as Bellman equation. Now the Bellman equation is actually for calculating the Q values, the states, action, and the discount factor. Next, we're going to see the algorithm process of what happens in a Q learning. So here you can see a diagram for a Q learning algorithm process. That is, firstly they initialize the Q tables. So when we initialize the Q tables with the value 0 in the each cell, so that the value which is there that is actually 0 for each cell. In Q tables, there are n number of columns and m number of rows. So we can say that n is the number of actions and m is the number of states. Now agent choose a path to perform the particular action. In the step run the loop until the time we stop the training. In this step we choose an action which is based on several exploring the environment and new opportunities which are there. For example, you're going to a new restaurant every weekend is exploration. But going to the same restaurant every weekend is an exploitation. Agent also work in same way. During exploration time, agent optimize the Q value for the maximum future reward. In simple terms, the short path agent try is epsilon greedy strategy. Now this epsilon greedy strategy is nothing but a simple method to balance the exploration and the exploitation by choosing the difference of choosing between the exploration and the exploitation randomly. Then comes is the evaluation. In this step, we actually first measure the reward and then evaluate the Q function which is there. So Q evaluation will be done and Q table will be updated and Q functions will be maximized. So what is the conclusion of the Q learning algorithm we can draw? That it is a value-based reinforcement learning algorithm. Meaning of policy reinforcement learning algorithm, which is used to find an optimum action selection policy using queue function, queue table, where our goal is to maximize the queue function by iteratively updating the queue table and updating the queue table with the help of the Bellman equation, where queue is the state and actions which are there, and according to that it gets updated. Now this is the tutorial which is written in our official website also. You can refer to that for further reading and for clearing your concept. And I have mentioned all the things which will be possible for explaining, and this link will be given to you in the video description too.